Hey guys, how's it going? As you can see, I am ready for the tournament circuit this year. I got the Red Bull, I got the arcade stick, I got the shirt, and I'm very happy to say I'm going to EVO this year in Las Vegas. This will be my first EVO in 4 years, barring EVO Japan, and I am very hyped. But what fighting game to practice for the event? What fighting game to practice? Maybe I should play some Dragon Ball FighterZ or some Street Fighter V. But what about this BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle that just came out? It has EVO advertised in the box, so let's check it out. Here's a review of BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. You can't escape from crossing fate. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is here. The crossover of anime fighting games comes home to PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. While not the next high-budget AAA fighting game, it is a solid fighting game worth checking out. Man, for sprites going as far back as 2008, they still look really good. And for blending 3 different games together, they all look really great next to each other. And what's that? Wubba lubba dub dub? Are those English voices I hear? Including the likes of Ian Sinclair and The Bosch? Sorry, Japanophiles. Every station of BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle must be set to English now. I don't make the rules, I just report them. I have had a lot of experience with the BlazBlue series. I was never a super hardcore competitor, but I have played the games on and off from Calamity Trigger all the way up to Central Fiction. I do enjoy the games, but I never got into them like I did other games like Street Fighter 4. The BlazBlue series does have a reputation of being one of the harder fighting games to learn, but I will say, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, it is a spin-off, and it's one of the more accessible fighting games out there right now. Now, when some fighting game fans hear the word accessible, they think the skill ceiling has been lowered to accommodate the normies. Accessibility isn't a bad thing, as in Tag Battle, it's very easy to get into the groove of the game. Hitting the light or medium buttons will yield a small combo, nothing too spectacular. The C button is a universal overhead that does solid damage a la the all-out attacks from Persona 4 Arena, and tagging in is easy with the press of the D button. And getting an assist out with the P button works really well. For my fellow arcade stick users, this is how my buttons are laid out. Like a rainbow, because this game is fabulous. Players who are new to fighting games or like the button jam will get some damage in, but in order to get the real big damage and the big combos, players are going to have to spend some serious time learning the game's rules and the characters of the game. For what it's worth, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle does have a very extensive tutorial mode that goes over the basic mechanics but then goes into more advanced techniques. The character trials are also very good for getting a feel for each character and how to use their moves and giving some basic combos to get you started. It's a lot to take in at once, but putting things into practice will make some sort of sense after some rounds as I beat the sense into this dude. Love it when a plan comes together. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle has a very sizable roster, currently sitting at 20 characters on disc, with, controversially, an extra 20 coming as DLC. The additional Ruby characters are free, and the starter pack of Platinum, Orie, and Kanji are free for the first week. A lot of fan favorites are here, like Azriel, Gordo, and Makoto, and there's a character for every playstyle out there. Whether you like balanced characters like Hyde or Ragna, zoner characters like Nu or Yukiko, crap waifus like Noelle and Chie, big bodies like Tager and Waldstein, and Yosuke for people who don't flush the toilet at their friend's house. Not all the DLC has been revealed yet, but I'm hoping Arxis throws in some curveballs in there to mix things up. My favorite characters in the game so far have been King of the Jungle Waldstein, Gordo, Kanji, and S. Did you know S's name is Embryo Storage? Sounds like a bad sci-fi porno. This is a tag team game, and it is crucial to keep your team alive and as healthy as possible. Picking 2 characters who cover each other's holes is a great place to start. Aw man, I'd love to cover up Orie's holes, you know what I'm talking about. Switching in and out of battle when things get too hairy, letting a character heal up while a point character puts in work, spinning the bar to do a cross burst to save a character. All these things need to be factored in when playing the game. Learn how to predict and punish cross bursts. That's going to be imperative for high level play. I'm not too sure when or how to use assists yet. I try to use assists to either close off an option for my opponents or pin them down while my point character goes in and goes for a mix-up. I gotta hit the lab more to learn some high damage combos. The game is fresh and players are experimenting with different characters right now, It's hard to say what the metagame will be like a few months from now, but it seems like characters with big freaking moves like Gordo or Narukami seem to be on the stronger end of the scale. Hopefully, if anything proves to be too strong, Arxis will balance it. I say hopefully because given their past efforts in balancing games, it's like the crew from Always Sunny in Philadelphia is in charge of combat design. So I'm mostly focused on the competitive aspect of this game, and I do feel like the competitive scene is going to drive this game and keep it well alive for the next year or so. But what about for the players who aren't into that? For the players who aren't into the competitive scene? Maybe the players who, want to just check out their favorite Ruby or Persona characters in action, or the players who did a line of DMT off a copy of Serial Experiments Lane and can understand the lore behind BlazBlue. Well, let's check out some of the other modes BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle has to offer. For fans looking to just enjoy the game and not so much worry about the tournament scene or the competitive scene, we'll have some things to do here. The main draw is the story, where players go through a visual novel-inspired story to see how and why these characters are facing each other. I don't know too much about Ruby or Undernight, but I'm having a lot of fun and laughing a lot, seeing them interact with a familiar Persona and BlazBlue characters, and there's a lot of wacky scenarios here, like in the Persona story mode where Narukami aww. There's also a survival mode to test your fortitude, but some modes from previous outings are missing here. Central Fiction had a score attack mode and time attack mode, which were fun to mess around with, but are absent here in Tag Battle. Additionally, there's not even a basic arcade mode, which just seems baffling. This is a spin-off, I know, but why take out modes? I reckon all the effort was put into the story mode and the tutorial/challenge mode, and again, those are fine and are pretty hardy, but I feel like the shelf life for Cross Tag Battle won't be as long for the non-competitive players. Most of my time with Tag Battle has been spent between the fairly robust training mode, experimenting with different teams, and online mode, getting my back blown out. Not in this footage because I want to make myself look good for a change. It works for me as I'm a competitive player, so I'd be naturally drawn to those game modes, but can't say for sure about the casual or non-competitive crowd. I am happy to say that the netcode in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle has been very solid. The majority of my matches have been very playable, even when fighting someone with a 2-bar connection. Jumping into a lobby is easy, fighting a match is easy, communicating with each other with the basic chat feature is also nice too. Look at me, I'm a little chibi Gordo. Keep in mind, I am in the land of Japan with fast internet, and I am on a wired connection here, but it has been smooth on PS4. Can't say for Switch. We don't have any of that jittery, stuttery mess like a certain other fighting game I know. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, despite some pre-release nonsense, has been a fun experience. Every time I play a match, I learn something new, and that itch to improve comes back for more. For the competitive player looking for something new, I think BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is a great title to check out. For the non-hardcore, there is something here for you, and at the very least, it's a worthy addition to beef up your PlayStation 4 or Nintendo Switch collection.
Everything is as the Azure wills it. Noise detected in database. Commencing comparison. Is this a connection?
Honestly speaking, I had a lot of fun with BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. It isn't the best fighting game around, but it's the best time I've had with a fighting game in a really long time. Even better than games like Dragon Ball FighterZ or King of Fighters 14, and I really like those games. I'm going to give BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle an 8 out of 10. Don't sleep on this game. I feel like it might get overlooked just because it's way more of a niche title than something like a Dragon Ball or an Injustice 2, but don't sleep on it. I do feel like the future of the game really does lie in the hands of how Arxis releases post-launch content and their patches, but hopefully they can figure it out, hopefully. But a game that kept popping up into my head while I was doing this review was a game called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And when I think about it, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle have a lot in common. They're both asset flips, there's no denying that. But Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite failed to maintain a player base. The game just looked really poor in pre-release, the character selection was just really poor, and just everything about it just seemed like Capcom and Disney just wanted to make a quick buck for esports. Conversely though, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, it has characters people liked. It has the Ruby characters, it has the Persona characters, and people like those characters. And even though it is a competitive game at the end of the day, there is still stuff here to do if you're not into that scene. But that's a video for another day. Anyway, since I know Arxis is watching, let me put in some character requests for DLC. The Ninja Turtles, all 4 of them, they gotta be in here. Some Sega characters like Sonic and Kiryu, and Vice and Bayonetta, get them in here too. And oh yeah, Senran Kagura. Aw yeah, life and hometown. Let's get it. Anyway, I'll see you next week, everybody.